was like, we have to get this podcast in this week because we didn't give anything to the listeners to snack on last week. So
No tasty morsels.
no tasty morsels, no Thanksgiving dessert, no pie, nothing. They got nothing. So we're making it happen some shape, way, or form, right? So what's going on with you?
I am trying to clean my room. My room is like it's like a disaster. But I feel like I just need more storage. I need to get rid of some stuff. Like I keep saying I need to get rid of some stuff, but I really need to get rid of some stuff. But it's hard being, the the person who has the stuff and needing to get rid of the stuff. It's easier for like I can get rid of other people's stuff. I can help them, but I can't help myself. So that's what I'm trying to work on, especially before Christmas and fucking having more shit come in. Got to get rid of some stuff. And that's about it.
I know what you're saying. I know exactly what you're saying.
I'm just like, I got too much shit I got to get rid of. So you do laundry, and then laundry starts to pile up again. Everything is a cycle. I want to be like, I really want to live in a minimalist place where I have like 1 week's worth of clothes and that's it. So, if I don't wash clothes at the end of the week, I don't have anything to wear. So I have to wash clothes, which means that I have to always be, I have to have the clothes put away. And you know what I mean? Like, I just want to be where I have like, I own like maybe 10 things and that's it. And then I think that would it would definitely simplify my life. It would be a lot less chaotic for sure.
It's easier said than done. I get that, and I try and give away clothes or get them out or do something, just get rid of them because it just starts to take up space. Like Jamal was in the kitchen, he was like, "We have too many cups," and I was like, "How dare you?" First of all, how dare you? But then I was like, "Oh, you're actually right. Like we do have too many like mugs or glasses or cups that we don't use." But it's like, if we're entertaining, don't we need these glasses? But no, we use red Solo cups because we don't want to have to wash the cups.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I don't know. I get what you're saying, but yeah, I was saying. So Friday, Jamal was like, "All right, I'm cleaning this house," and he did. He cleaned the whole house, and I was like, "Oh my god, you are so sexy cleaning this house right now. Thank you." Doing like laundry, cleaning up, clean the bedroom, doing this. I was just following him with the vacuum cleaner. That's all I did. I was just like, "Oh, this is so nice." And then after he was done cleaning, he was like, "You okay? You can't say nothing to me about cleaning." And I was like, "Oh, okay, Jamal, relax. Good job."
Well, okay, congratulations on that. Because I'm like, I don't want to do it. So
this cleaning situation's for the birds.
it's overwhelming, Like I have way too much shit, like too much shit, and for what? Half of it, most of it, I don't even use, And they say like if you have something that you don't use, like if you can go 30 days without using it, then you don't need it. And there's so many things I'm like, yeah, I haven't touched that in weeks, months, whatever, years maybe. So yes, I do need to get rid of some shit. I just like to like have things just in case I need them, and
You're a
that's the
pack rat.
problem.
That's how hoarding
Yeah,
begins.
yeah, yeah. I'm like, oh, what
That's
if
how
I
it
need
all
it?
starts.
And I need to stop. I need to get out of that "what if I need it" mentality and be like,
I need
And
it
then at
or
the
I
same time,
don't.
it's like I spent money on it, so it's just ugh. It's yeah, it sucks.
I'm 100 with you on that. Other than that, how was your holiday? We've made it through the Thanksgiving season, the Black Fridays. What's happening?
I didn't do
What's
anything on Black
happening?
Friday. Nothing. No shopping. I didn't do any shopping. I haven't purchased anything. I want to go. I wanted to get all my gifts like this within this week or whatever for Christmas, and I just haven't been able to do any shopping. I haven't gone online to do like any shopping, so I need to do that. And I am I need to get a tree. I want to get a tree. So, and then I have to get decorations for the tree. Ugh, gosh, why is
I
life
always
so
buy
hard?
decorations at the end of Christmas. So I usually at the end, once the holiday's over, go to like the 99-cent store or to Walmart or everywhere that's selling ornaments. And then I just pack them away in my ornaments, box. And I open up every year and I'm like, oh, where did these come from? And it's like, oh, yeah, you bought them for like cheap, cheap last year.
Yeah, I haven't all the ornaments that I had have since been gone. I don't know what happened to them. So I mean, um, I need to get ornaments. I need to get a tree. I need to get a whole bunch of shit. Ugh.
Okay, so let's not.
Did you
Okay.
do your shopping or what?
Okay, so I did. I ordered I'm done with my littlest one for her Christmas. I've got everything that's on her list
Oh,
and I'm
that's
very
good.
proud of myself. I'm done with my husband because all he wants is golf shit, so that was easy to order.
Yeah, that's like I know what he likes. He gets this, and that's
Yeah,
it.
period. Purred. So I have to take care of my sister and her family and then my mom and then my oldest child and grandma. I think I'm just going to get grandma cozy socks.
Yeah, something like that.
Something like that. Or I don't know, maybe I'll get her a headphone that plays music or something. I don't know, give her something.
Yeah, I you said headphones?
Headphones.
Headphones that play music. They have to have the
Something
music
that's like
preloaded.
preset, something that's like preset that's easy for like 90-year-olds to use. Do you know what I'm saying? Because she's
Yeah.
just not interested in like technology. She's not
Nope.
interested in, really anything
Yeah.
except blankets.
Blankets,
And
yes, and socks. Like she's
mm-hmm.
like, I need my socks. So yeah, yeah. But we got her a blanket last year. That the one that's on her bed. So or the gray one, the spider one or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So
Actually,
I
I
guess
did get something for Gracie, you, and Mom. I'm just remembering. So I still have to grab a few things. So I'm not done yet. I did order some clothes online, of course. So I just want to be done with Christmas shopping and be able to worry about other things. I started this boot camp at One Core Fitness. I had to do my assessment today, so I went in and they put me on the scale and they measured me and did my measurements and all kinds of things. And the chick was like, "Do you teach?" And I was like, "No." And Liz was like, "She has a garden club. She teaches gardening." And the lady was like, "Oh no, just like with your energy and your build, you look like you you're like a fitness instructor or some shit." I was like, "Stop lying. Stop lying."
Thanks for the compliment. You want me to teach you something?
Not today, Satan. Let's actually get into it. And again, listeners, we're recording remote today. I wonder if you can even tell. I'm so sick at editing, you probably can't even tell we're not in the same room.
Okay.
But hey, I'm Sunny Hepburn,
And I'm Brandy Fleeks.
and this is Book
Book of
of Lies,
Lies.
the podcast.
It's bolt bitches.
Oh yes, we're doing this. We're doing this. Hello, listeners. Thank you for being here. Thank you for joining us. We hope you are having a spectacular day. If you aren't already, go ahead and give us a follow, give us a like, come on back, subscribe, do all the things. You could visit our website at bookofliespodcast.com. That's where you could find all of our episodes. You could learn a little more about us and all of those things. You can even join our Patreon. And hello to our lovely patrons. I should do something special for you guys this month of December. I think I'm going to send out some Christmas cards. So thank you to our patrons. Look out for those in the mail. You will get them. Hopefully they'll reach to Australia before the new year. I feel like mail is pretty quick over there though. Like when I send something to KT and OT, I feel like they get it. unless they're
Yeah.
stealing my mail. They got the shirts that I sent, so they did get those shirts. So that's cool.
That's
Um, yeah, patrons, sending you guys something special. If you aren't a patron, go ahead and join. It's only $2 a month. You get stickers, love letters, early episodes, and commercial-free episodes, and bonus episodes, and all of those good things.
bonus.
Bonus. So, Brandy, what have you been watching? Like, what's going on? What have you been watching lately? I feel like I really haven't seen you. Me and Brandy haven't been hanging out. Obviously, that's why you didn't get an episode last week. But what have you been watching?
I have been watching what? I watched 90 Day The Single Life. So it's a 90 Day Fiance show that is right now streaming on Discovery Plus. And so it's about, some of the people. I feel like this season is the villains because every single person that's on this season of the dating life I don't like. So I feel like it's the villains because it's if you watch 90 Day Fiance, then you'll probably know what I'm talking about. But like Jesse, who is Darcy's ex, and what's her name? Melissa. Is her name Melissa? I forgot what her name is. Tim's ex. They're dating, and then Ed and his. Ugh, he's so gross. I can't stand him. And then Colt's mom, of all things, and someone else. Oh, and freaking Stephanie, this chick that I couldn't stand either. So yeah, I feel like it's the villains this season, but I guess bad guys need love too. And they can get it
Bad
from
guys do need love too.
yeah, they can get it from other villains because two of the villains are dating. So I'm just like, ugh, you
Ugh.
guys deserve each other. They deserve each other.
You guys make me sick.
You make me sick.
You make me sick. So speaking of villains, they came out with season 4 of Selling Sunset on Netflix. Did you watch it yet?
No. Oh, that's another thing. So there's a season 2 of Tiger King.
I know. I watched some. Me too. Oh my gosh. Talk to me, sis. Let's go.
I've only seen the first episode because I was drinking wine and I fell asleep on it. But they're trying to get Joe Exotic out of prison. I'm just like, what? And now they're trying to blame what's his face? Oh my gosh. I'm just like, okay. I gotta watch this.
Yeah, so I think I watched like 3 episodes.
Oh, okay.
And hang on a second. I have a title for the episode already. I'm putting it down right now. Drinking wine and watching Tiger King. That's going to be the title for next week's episode. Or this week's episode.
Give it to me.
So, okay, so I'm watching it, right? And when they're trying to get him out, they were trying to get him like the presidential pardon, right?
Mm-hmm.
And
by
so
Donald Trump.
So this is during the Trump regime, and it was right before the Capitol riot.
Right.
And apparently, Joe Exotic gets this guy. I don't remember his name, but he's throwing a lot of money around. He's the one that's having all the vehicles, lined and putting Joe Exotic's name all over everything and having the airplanes wrapped. That's what it's called, getting the vehicles wrapped and stuff. Mm-hmm. So he's spending a lot of money. And so they're supposed to have a meetup with Trump to talk to him because he knows who Joe Exotic is, oddly enough. And and so the day they're supposed to meet or something, the president cancels because that's when he got COVID.
Yeah.
And then they were supposed to meet or something like that. They were supposed to go and actually meet him again. And there was another situation, and then they left town, and that's when the Capitol riots happened. But obviously he didn't get pardoned, but this is what's going on. So I guess what's the season is they're kind of spilling more tea. They find like these cyber investigators to look into Carol Baskin and the disappearance of her first husband, and that motherfucker was up to some shit over in Costa Rica or wherever he went.
Yeah, they're like, oh, he disappeared. He was trying to get away from, he owed people money or some shit. Like, yeah, there's some crazy stuff going on.
So they invested, like some people looked into it because his daughters, were really gung ho that Carol Baskin, killed him or had something involved, something to do with it. But the dad, I don't remember his name, the ex husband, he was over there like sleeping with 15-year-old girls and had like prostitute houses and was like really involved in, he was making business moves and had partners and stuff. They were purchasing property and they were up to some shit. And some people that used to work for him, they were like, yeah, he liked him young. He was doing dumb shit. He was saying like, if his wife ever found out, if Carol Baskin ever found out what happened, she would kill him because he was living like a second life over there. He was just,
Hmm.
I think someone over there killed him.
Well, either way, he did.
He did.
He did.
So they kind of take that step, and to kind of seal that part of um the story. And then I guess like Carol reads her pages from her diary on like YouTube or her website or something. That's fucking weird.
Yes, it is.
They
It's
go
all
into,
weird, but
well, they,
we'll talk about it on our episode about it. Yes.
oh, are we going to talk about Carol Baskin?
No, we're not talking about Carol Baskin.
Oh, okay. Well, what are we talking about, Brandy?
You were getting all up into it.
Girl, I was about to spill some tea because I was just getting started. I was like, hang on, hang on.
Like, yeah, let's talk about that when we do the episode on it. Yeah, yeah, okay. So, no, today we're talking about Rumeal Robinson.
Rumeal Robinson. Okay.
Rumeal Robinson. So, Rumeal Robinson was a former NBA player who did, of course, some shit.
They always do some
And
shit.
yeah, he did some shit and he got in trouble for it. So, Rumeal Robinson Jr. was born November 13th, 1966, in Mandeville, Jamaica. His mom, when he was a baby, his mom left Jamaica and left him with his grandparents, and she came to the United States. And when he was 10, they sent him over here to be with her. But she didn't want him.
Oh, that's fucked up.
So, yeah. So he ended up being like a homeless kid at 10 years old, sleeping in like abandoned buildings, and he ended up in the foster care system. He was taken in by a woman named Helen Ford and her husband Lou. And she was one of those people who's like, she fostered a lot of kids. She was one of those foster moms that people, just loved. And she said she had a motto that kids are not a deck of cards, so they shouldn't be shuffled. So she would take care of these kids. And one day they go to the like the social services office, and his biological mother shows up, and she's like, "Where do I sign? Because I don't want him."
Aw.
Yeah, it's fucked up, right? So, they tell Helen, "Hey, you got yourself a son," and she's got 4 kids. So he's her 5th child. So she already has her own kids, but she takes him in. They basically adopt him, and they raise him as their kid. So they soon learn that he has a talent for basketball. He plays basketball in high school, gets a scholarship to
Scholarships.
go to school, and yeah, to go to college in Michigan. He goes to school in Michigan. They win like championships. They get to meet the president. After he wins the championship, they name the street that he grew up on after him. So it's Rumeal Robinson Boulevard or Street or Lane or something like that.
Maybe it's Rumeal Robinson Road.
Yeah, I think it is. I don't know. I think it's
It has
Road.
a nice ring to it.
Yeah, I think it's Rumeal Robinson Road. RRR. That alliteration. So they, in 1990, he gets drafted into the NBA, and he gets a 4-year contract for $4.3 million. I forgot they got their hair done.
Yeah, we went out to Adelanto. It's closer than going to wherever the hell we were going before. But they ain't
Mm-hmm.
nothing out there. Just road and
They have a
bumps.
they have a baseball team, like the
What? A
Jethawks.
minor? Okay,
Yeah.
a minor league, 2A.
What you drinking?
Orange juice
Oh, are you
and
sure it's not
vodka.
I was gonna say, are you sure it's not a screwdriver?
It is a screwdriver. That was the last of my vodka. I'm trying to like not drink alcohol, so I gotta get it all out of my house.
For your boot camp.
Yeah.
So he gets a contract, a 4-year contract for $4.3 million to the Hawks. He gets he moves to Atlanta because he's in right now. He lives in Cambridge, Massachusetts. So that's where he was raised. After he came from Jamaica, he went to Cambridge, Massachusetts.
Mm-hmm.
So he goes and moves to Atlanta, and he gets, as immediately he's in a penthouse apartment, fancy ass penthouse apartment, right? Immediately he starts living the lifestyle. Immediately he's going to strip clubs. He's buying expensive shit, doing what people who have new money do. He's also
Dumb shit.
yes, he develops this reputation for going to the strip club, spending thousands and thousands of dollars, and he takes women home from the clubs, multiple women, like at a time, brings them home to his house, and pays them to clean his house naked.
Oh shit! I guess that's
So he's
better
like,
than sleeping with them.
he's probably doing that too.
But I'm
But
like,
yeah,
I am not here to clean. Like, you need to tell me this is something that you're into. Don't bring me over the guys of getting with it and doing something, and you're like, hey, take your clothes off. And I'm like, what next?
right.
Clean my house? No,
Yes,
I don't clean
exactly.
my own house.
They probably don't. But yes, that's the thing. I was like, so basically, do they know that he's gonna, because he's like, yeah, take off all your clothes. Here's the vacuum. Weird.
No.
But yeah, he has a thing for strippers. So that's like one of the things that is going to be a recurring theme in his downfall is this love for strippers.
Mm-hmm.
He goes after he doesn't stay in the penthouse apartment for long because of course he wants, a house. So he buys a house on 11 acres, a little McMansion, all this space, and it's just him. He doesn't have like, a wife, no kids, no animals, nothing. He just buys this house on this 11 acres for nothing. But he starts buying cars, starts doing the thing that nouveau riche do. He likes cigars for some reason, so he buys like expensive cigars and just shit that just blows his money on shit. This is in 1990 that he's drafted into the NBA.
Okay.
So he spends 4 years playing in the NBA, and then he starts getting traded. And he's getting traded left and right because his playing is starting to just like suck. For the NBA. So he gets traded to like 6 or 7 different teams. And finally, in 2001, he goes and starts playing over in Europe because that's how far his career has tanked. He's now playing for, playing overseas.
Mm-hmm.
And he spends a year playing overseas, and it gets to a point where his team actually left him at the hotel because he didn't want to get on the fucking bus to go play the game. Because that's how they travel, by bus.
He's a diva.
Yeah, seriously. So he finally calls it quits for basketball in 2002, and he decides that he wants to start his own company. He wants to become a property developer.
Okay.
So he starts a property development company called Megalodon Development, and mind you, he has no experience in like being a property developer or doing anything like other than playing fucking basketball. That's all he's been doing.
I want to be a property developer.
Yeah, let's do that, right? So he goes and he starts a company called the Megalodon Development. And with this company, like he's like, he goes to people, he's asking for investors, he's asking for loans, he's trying to get people involved, trying to, bring some money into this company. He decides that he wants to open a resort, a luxury resort in Jamaica, where he is from, and it's going to be called Harmony Cove. So in order to, and it's supposed to be this luxury resort, right? It's all, fancy waterfalls and shit. Like he actually has, like drafts of what it's going to look like and all that stuff. So and he's already talked to the Jamaican government. They actually want to build a resort in Jamaica. So it's
Okay.
it's a legitimate project.
Mm-hmm.
So he's trying to get, seed money for this company and doing all these things. He convinces his mom to his adopted mother, Helen. He convinces her to give him some money. So she takes out a mortgage. Her house right now, her house is paid off. She doesn't owe shit on her house. Well, she takes out a $600,000 mortgage to give to him to start this company. And he's like, yeah, mama, you gonna be rich. I'm gonna give you $500,000, blah, blah, blah. Doing what they do.
Oh,
she gives him the money, and immediately he starts spending it. Not on his company, not on this development, but on his fucking lifestyle, of course.
That's messed up. Like, he took $600K from his mom and he's spending it on dumb stuff, not putting it in the business, right?
No, not putting it in the business at all. So she takes the mortgage out, 600 grand out on this house, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, he also fucking is doing dirt. He fucking takes her house and has the title transferred into the name of one of his associates.
Wow.
That associate takes out $500,000 in a mortgage and gives it to Rumeal. He's trying to get the money.
Right, but how can he just go ahead and sign over her title to her home to allow this other person to take a loan against it? Maybe I don't know. That sounds sketchy.
I don't know the logistics of how he did it, but he did it.
It seems like what you could do, because I've been learning that real estate stuff, is like, she holds the legal title, but somehow he gets a equitable title for the property and takes out a loan against that just by doing paperwork. That's fucked up. That's sketchy, but continue.
Well, it gets even fucking sketchier. So that associate takes out the 500 grand, mortgages it out, and gives it to Rumeal. Then they fucking refinance the house for $625,000, and then transfer it to another person. So
what are they doing?
He's trying to get liquid cash. That's what he's doing.
That's already $1.7 million. Oh,
well, he's not done yet.
Out of this one home.
This one house, and the house is only worth $400,000. So not only is he stealing from his mother, basically, he's also lying on loan applications.
Mortgage
he lied
fraud.
about who was supposed to live in the house. He was lying about the value of the house. And I'm like, why I'm sure they had to send an appraiser out to this house, because by now this is this is after 2002. So, things are in the modern times right now.
But it was still like 20 years ago and shit was still backwards.
And then, so he does it again and transfers the house to someone else and gets $1 million. So he's got the 500,000, then he's got the 625,000. Now he's got another $1 million out of this house. That's only worth $400,000. So it's all going to him. He's not even using it for his fucking development project, which is stupid. You have people, like, there's people that actually want to do business with you and get this development going, and it's Jamaica. It's a fucking destination. So people, you will have business. It's gonna be successful, but you're not even trying to freaking build it. That's what sucks. So that's not enough money for him. That what is it, $2.25 million or whatever, whatever it is. It's not enough money for him.
2.8.
It's not enough for him. He's like, okay, well, I need more money. He goes to a fucking, I don't know how he meets this man, this loan officer who is in Iowa, right? Apparently the loan officer was also a basketball player. He never got to the NBA, but he was a basketball player, and so they bonded over basketball. He applies for a loan for $377,000. And, the loan process takes time. They have to do background checks, or they're supposed to. They have to do, fucking credit checks. They're supposed to do, check your history. Mind you, the only history that he has is being a basketball player. So he actually doesn't even have an income right now because his business isn't making money. He's just getting money from his mother's house.
Which is really shady, and I really want to know how this is happening, but continue. But yeah, you've got no income, but you're just sitting on all this money. Where's the money coming from? McFly?
It came from his mom's house. So, of course, he's lying. He's forging shit on loan documents. He's lying on his loan documents. And finally, he's like, okay, it's taking so long, so how about I do this? Goes to the loan officer. He's like, I'll give you $100K of this $377,000 loan for you to push this through.
That's illegal.
It is illegal. Thank you. It is called a kickback, and it is illegal.
That's very illegal.
Well, the loan officer's like, shit, I'm tight on cash. I'll do it. So now Rumeal Robinson's got $277,000 more from a fucking loan that's bullshit. He goes and spins up that $277,000 in 2 months. He buys a condo. He buys $35,000 worth of furniture. He buys cars, 2 Mercedes-Benzes, I guess, for him and his girlfriend, of course. He goes and buys a bunch of fucking clothes, a bunch of designer clothes, fucking cigars, spends a lot of money at the fucking strip club. He's going out to restaurants, doing the thing, living the lifestyle, but not fucking making any money. And he's not even paying the loan back. Oh, he pays none of these loans back.
Oh, I guess somebody didn't do their due diligence.
Single fucking bill. Oh, he in 1998, before he was even out of the NBA, he had fucking filed for bankruptcy. That's how bad that's how bad his money fucking management is. That's how much he wants to spend up his money and not pay off his fucking bills.
And it's like you're getting all this money. It's like, oh, I'll pay it. It doesn't matter. I'm bringing in this money. I don't need to pay. Like, open the bill, pay it. Put it on automatic, debit or whatever, just so you can set it and forget it. But pay your fucking bills. It's the American way. Pay your bills.
Pay your bills. I mean, Oof.
So he defaulted on previous loans. He's not paying his payments.
Right. So once he goes out and spends all that money, guess what he does?
Applies for another loan or resells his mom's house?
Yes. He goes back to the same bank, to the same loan officer, and starts getting more loans. Not one loan, more loans. The next loan is $80,000. The next loan after that is $150,000. Then another $111,000. And finally, the big guy, $495,000 loan.
It's disgusting.
It's weird. And he's not doing anything but just spending. Like, what are you doing? I could see, like, if he was, like, had a drug problem, maybe, or something. He was just spending it on strippers and fucking, and stuff.
Strippers and stuff.
Strippers and stuff. He's strippers, restaurants, jewelry stores, So, by the time the bank is, like, starting to catch up with him, he spent up all his money, and now his mother is going to be evicted. One night, an knocks on her door with a fucking eviction notice because he never paid back any of the loans for the house. He never sent any payments. So he never sent back any payments for the loans. So of course the bank's like, well, you didn't pay us, so we want the house. His mother knows nothing about this. So when they knock on the door, she's like, what the hell? She calls him.
What's
Rumeal,
going
like, oh, yeah, Mom, I'll
on?
take care of it.
Ramiro, they're trying to take the house, Ramiro.
Yeah, Rumeal.
Ramiro.
Yeah, he's she's fucking confused. She's pissed. What's she gonna do? They put her out of her house.
That's fucked
So
up.
she has to go and find an apartment now. So he disappears to Florida. He was, I guess he was already in Florida. He was living in some ritzy ass fucking area. And now he's fucking staying in dirty ass, scummy ass, cheap motels on fucking Miami Beach.
Miami Beach is fucking wild, dude. Like,
yeah, well, that's where he is. He's like, staying in cheap motels. He apparently, spent up all his money to the point where he couldn't even pay for his own. I don't even know if he was paying for his own like rent or mortgage or whatever in his, in the places that he was living. He disappears into Florida. His mom's like, I need you to figure this out. What's going on? Blah, 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 blah. She sends her son to find him because he's in Florida and they can't get in touch with him now. So he goes and he manages to get a number for him and he calls him and he's like, hey, I'm in town. So Rumeal picks him up, and he's, of course, driving a nice-ass fucking car. Picks him up in a nice car, and, they're driving down the street, and he looks at his brother, he's like, do you have $20 for gas? And his brother's like, what? Okay, sure. He gives him gas. Then they go to dinner, and he gives him the look again, and he's like, do you think you can pay for dinner? Because this motherfucker has no money. He's driving this car, but he has no money.
Sell the fucking car, idiot. Or
Sell
give
the
it back.
Car, sell the jewelry. Like, what? Like, it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense how he's blown through all this money so quickly. And so he's like trying to get him like some way to come up with some money to start paying off, the loan for the house, but he doesn't have two nickels to rub together.
That's sad.
He's staying in this, this fucking hotel with his girlfriend who is a stripper, and he's living off of her. So she's paying for everything because, again, he doesn't have a fucking income.
Is he spending money on strippers?
He has a stripper girlfriend.
Okay.
So when he had the money, he was spending money on strippers. But now he doesn't have any money, and he's living with his stripper girlfriend in a shitty hotel.
If I was a stripper, I'd have my own home. But, that's just me as Sunny the stripper.
Yeah. And I guess the appeal with him was that he was throwing them cash around while he had it. And then, maybe she got in too deep and couldn't get out. And he just basically grifted off of her because there's no reason. But again, he bought a house for him and his girlfriend, his stripper girlfriend, when he was getting this money.
Stripper girlfriend.
When he was stealing this money from other people.
Mm-hmm.
Know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, his stripper girlfriend. So now, he's broke, driving a nice car, sure, but living in a fucking seedy-ass motel, and doesn't have two fucking nickels to run together, probably trying to figure out how to get his next fucking loan from a bank with fucking falsified information. And at some point, the loan officer that he was working with figures out, oh shit, this was a bad deal because again, he came to him talking about, yeah, I'm building this luxury resort in Jamaica and I need a loan. And so now he's realizing, okay, I probably shouldn't have, approved these loans because the first loan I got a kickback for and then I approved fucking 5 more loans or whatever.
I'm accountable for allowing this shit to happen.
And instead of saying, you know what, guys, at the bank, you know what, I think I fucked up. Instead, he goes and tries to cover it up. And one of the, his underlings noticed that he was, basically putting the fees and the penalties back into new loans instead of fucking, letting them just go and fall into default or whatever. So she goes to the big bosses and he gets fucking fired and he gets charged.
Oh shit, jail time?
Girl. So the loan officer faces charges, and they catch Rumeal, and he gets arrested and charged. So he's being charged. Rumeal Robinson is being charged with bank bribery, which for that kickback, wire fraud, conspiracy to commit bank fraud, and making false statements to a financial institution.
Mm-hmm.
So he goes to court. They go to court. So on September 8th. Oh, and his mother, she comes forward and she's like, yeah, he stole my house from me. He ripped me off. And she testifies in court, and people, that obviously, carries some weight. And so now he's in trouble. So on September 8th, 2010, he gets convicted on 11 counts: bank bribery, wire fraud, conspiracy to commit bank fraud, and making false statements to a financial institution.
No mortgage fraud?
No mortgage fraud. Maybe not in Connecticut and Florida, because that's where he was, and I guess in Atlanta too. So while he's awaiting sentencing, he's out on bond, and he does a TV interview with ESPN, and they're asking him about how the whole rags to riches to rags story, where you're this poor kid, you get into the NBA, you're making $4 million from the NBA, and you're playing professional fucking basketball, and now you're fucking been convicted of all of this fraud and financial crimes, right? In the interview, he says, I didn't like that house anyway.
Oh, shit.
His mother's house. Yeah, he says, Helen knew I didn't like that house anyway. And, oh, my name is on the street. That's how much I give a shit about, or not, he didn't say give a shit, but that's how much I care about having my name on the street. Yeah, whoopee. That's what he said.
Oh my gosh.
Oh
my gosh.
Oh my gosh, yes. Oh my god. So he goes back to court for sentencing on January 7th. They play that interview on for the court. So the judge is watching this. Not only do they show this interview, but he also stands in fucking front of the judge and says, I got convicted because my lawyer is incompetent and because you are corrupt.
That's why you were convicted. I didn't bring you into this judge. I didn't bring you in for this judgment. The shit that you did brought you here. So
right.
What?
Right.
What? You were proven guilty, dumb fuck.
Exactly. So the judge is like, oh, okay, that's how you feel? Cool. So I'm sentencing you to the maximum, which is he got 6.5 years.
That's the maximum?
That's the maximum that he could get, yeah. 6.5 years. And he was also ordered to pay $1.2 million in restitution to the Community State Bank and the St. Paul Mercury Insurance. Those are the the financial institutions that he defrauded.
Yeah.
So that was 2011, and sentenced to 6.5 years. So he got out in around 2017. 17.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I guess nobody's heard from him since, or what? Because that's pretty much all she wrote.
I think that's like, okay, he didn't kill anybody, but he defrauded banks lots of money, and he fucked up his mom's house. So maybe mom didn't press charges, because 6.5 years, I feel like that's a slap on the wrist. That makes me want to go out and do some fraud shit and get millions of dollars. And
well, again, that's a different state though. But yeah, it's a different state. I don't know. Okay, so he was released from prison on September 19th on my birthday from a prison in Miami, and now he was under supervised release at that time. I don't know if he's still under supervised release. He doesn't really
I'm
What does
just
that say?
saying 6
He
years
has
is
a
an as a mini vacation for someone who, like, needs to, like, lay low and not pay bills or do anything for 6 fucking years, and to be hanging out with strippers and driving fancy cars and, I think 6 years is easy for some people.
he is on Instagram.
Oh god.
Yes, he has an Instagram. There's a couple of jewelry posts, like stones. If you're in the business of buying rough diamonds, send me a DM.
Oh, hell no, he's trying to sell diamonds to people?
That was in
What's
2019.
what's his thing on Instagram?
R Rumeal. And
How do you
there's
spell
pictures.
Rumeal?
Rumeal.
Rumeal.
Mm-hmm. And he's got.
Rumeal
There's a
Robinson. Oh
bunch.
god. Okay, here we go. He only has 500 followers.
Well, I mean, he's. There's all these pictures of boats. Lots of pictures of boats. Um, he's still in Florida, apparently.
6 days ago. When do you see two rainbows in the sky? Boats and hoes. Saturday morning breakfast river. Yeah, he's not doing this right. But okay.
He's not doing this right.
Only 500. I've never heard of this guy, but you know.
Yeah, I mean, he's a basketball player from the '90s, pretty much. And
Oh my god, he has a prison picture on Facebook on Instagram from 2016. It's a jailhouse post. It says, "Behind these prison walls, doing my paces, doing my time. I am spending my restless nights, visioning faces. Oh, they all crying, crying. Oh my god, he wrote a poem. Why am I singing this? I'm editing this out. I,
well, regardless.
maybe he bought a boat. Ugh, he looks basic. He's basic. He looks like he would get caught up by some strippers.
Yeah, he's really sad. I mean, like his. I feel like oh, and when okay, so in the video, in the interview, the ESPN interview, he was also saying like, he said a house doesn't make a man or a woman. He's like, maybe you should do something. Maybe you should go to school or go to college or something like that. Go to go to school and study 6 or 7 subjects and um, have something to do, you know, more than just one thing or something like that. But his mother had gone. She had a freaking master's degree in education. Like she went back to school at 50 to get a master's degree in education. But he's sitting up there talking shit. So that also swayed the judge and was like, "Oh, okay, yeah, you got to go."
You's a real piece of shite.
Pretty
Piece of
much.
shit. So he's out taking pictures of boats and hoes, mostly boats, on
Mm-hmm.
Instagram with his 500 followers. Got it.
Yeah,
Not trying to
it's just.
hate on 500 followers. I'm just saying, like, this guy was flying under the radar. Where'd you hear about this story?
Of course, I got it from our lovely favorite show, American Greed.
Oh shit.
Yep, it was an American Greed episode. Also, it was buffered by the magnificent Wikipedia and all of its lovely sources.
Okay, cool. Do you have a thumbs up for the week?
Oh gosh, school's coming back in, and I'm actually kind of glad for it. I mean, I'm not interested in. I'm not interested. I'm not really excited about the waking up all early and stuff, but I was actually just waking up early anyway without my
Mm-hmm.
alarm.
Yep.
So,
That time change, girl.
yeah, so I mean, today I didn't. I actually woke up late today. I woke up after 10. But the whole week I'd been waking up at like 6, before my alarm would go off. So, kind of excited about, not excited, but I'm kind of glad for school to be back in just to get, some structure back a little bit. Um, But what's your thumbs up for the week?
Okay, so I am heading down to San Diego for a few days. Actually, when this episode releases on Tuesday, I will be on my way, and I'll be there until Saturday. So it's for a school board conference thing, and I am meeting up with Mouse from Mouse and Weens.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so the mom in San Diego. We're gonna hang out and we're gonna do like a mini podcast meetup, I guess, you know. So that's cool. I'm looking forward to that. I'm not nervous. I'm excited to be away from my family. I'm nervous just to hopefully everything just goes well for my husband and my kids getting to school and stuff on time and all in order. But I'm not happy to be away from my kids, but I'm happy to be away from my kids for a few days.
Yeah.
Eek.
Yeah. You get a bed to yourself.
Girl, you have no idea. I'm looking forward to it because the little one stayed at mom's house last night, and I woke up at like maybe 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning to go to the bathroom. I get up and my husband's like jackknifed in the bed. I was like, "Are you kidding? Like, move! Why are your legs all the way over here? Are you freaking kidding me? Get out of here!" I was like, "You were too comfortable last night. Too comfortable." But yeah, I want to talk next week about the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City because the tea is being spilt. Jen is talking. And then there's just more drama. So I'm looking forward to that, and I want to talk about that next week. Hopefully we'll get together. You guys might hear a Lula Rich Patreon episode the following week. I don't know. We'll see what we have time for when I get back. But anything else you want to add, Brandy?
No, not really. I just, I need a, well, never mind. Yeah, no, everything's fine. Everything's fine.
Everything's fine. Thank you guys for listening. Thank you for being here. Thank you for freaking rocking with us. We love you so much. And go ahead and give us a follow. Come on back. Subscribe. Be our guests. We'll treat you real nice. All those things. And I'm Sunny Hepburn.
And I'm Brandy Fleeks.
And this was Book of Lies. The podcast.
It's Bolt, bitches.